Good day, everyone. I hope you all had a super duper Sunday. Mine was pretty good. Kind of long at church, but so church in the morning, pretty good message. Talked about Paul in Athens presenting the idea to the people of Athens of an unknown God, and the pastor talked a little bit about um, the history of Athens and particularly the unknown God and how the altar, that's what I'm looking for, how the altar to the unknown God was originally put there, and then how Paul presented God to these people not as people who would not thinking that they would know or value the same things as him, but that he needed to present the idea as a concept that was foreign to them, and that they shouldn't have to feel an understanding that they wouldn't feel the same way about God as he does, but still concisely included everything they needed to know. So it's pretty good, and it was kind of you mentioned how that's actually very similar to what the way things are nowadays here with secular culture that doesn't believe in God, and then how it doesn't really do us very much good to act as though they should know and believe in God and treat them to the same points. Treat non-believers to the point where they should or they're not someone we want to associate with. I don't know. I think I'm talking in circles now, not making a lot of sense. I didn't do that. I didn't do it justice at all. So I'm just gonna stop talking about that now. But just it was good, really good. Um, then we had a meeting for the Think Orange program, which will be starting back up in 2 weeks, and exactly who's doing what, how we're redoing certain things, changing little things up here or there. We're moving to Sunday from Wednesday. We're going to have a little bit longer. Instead of barely an hour and a half, we're going to have almost 2 hours to do everything when we're starting earlier. Things like that. And then I stayed behind and talked with the person who is going to be co-teaching the small group that I'm in, and the two of us, and what it is exactly we want to do, and what we're hoping happens this year, basically. And then she's going to come over here on Tuesday afternoon, and we're going to try to put together kind of a handbook, a book of verses that we want to try to impress upon them, to the kids in our class, to try to memorize and make sure they understand what those verses mean, as opposed to just echoing and stretching out what we can from the large group story to actually have a little bit more substance in there. Something that would be happening if we had done Awana, because we're not doing Awana, but we both value Awana very highly. We want to do something that's kind of similar to that and put it on top of Orange to create that greater depth that we want to see the kids in the age group that we are going to be in hopefully pick up on, I guess. Then came home, but only for like 2 hours. I hunted down my old Awana books because we're going to look through those to try to get ideas for verses to use and format and layout and things like that before we create our own, basically. And so I had to go find those. I found them, came back over here, chilled for a short time before I went over to the house to get the Awana books. Talked with my grandma for a little while about my idea regarding a Murphy bed, which is something if I were to ever get a smaller house, which is what I want to have, which is what I kind of want to have, but I mean I don't want to make that something that wouldn't last very long, because Kids could be my future sooner rather than later, hopefully. Um, I'm not quite where I need to be for that yet, but still. But this idea of maybe somehow building one, I have no experience whatsoever in building things. Something my grandpa did a lot, and apparently my grandma just told me today. I didn't realize this. Before he started, he had no idea what he was doing either. And so I can like picture what would need to be done to put together to make a Murphy bed, which I could theoretically do. The question is, what would the cost be? And I'm not going to do it just yet because the likelihood is that it would be a pretty steep price. So, but it's something that I may eventually try to do. Who knows? If I feel ambitious sometime, once I have a little bit of extra money. And then we went back to church for what we call Sunday Night Alive, which we do occasionally. Originally, Sunday Night Alive was happening once a month, and now they do it just kind of whenever we think we need to present something. And so we meet, and we have dinner together as a church body, and then we go, and then sometimes we do something, sometimes we do something else afterwards, sometimes we do nothing at all afterwards, and we just leave. Today it was to look at and hear from a missions team, a group of teachers actually, who went on a missions trip to the Dominican Republic, and it was pretty cool what they had to say and the pictures they showed and things like that. And then I came home and I just started messing around, watching some YouTube videos, getting on my computer, and for some reason I pulled up my old videos, and I played through a couple of them, or I played through a lot of them, and I was taken back, feeling nostalgic, however you say that word. And so then I went into Facebook and I uploaded one of the videos that I hadn't uploaded before. It was a big long video. It was an announcement video, but it was done to replace the normal announcements the way we do them and include everything that I could. And it was about 9 minutes long, and I did it for Chi Alpha back when I was going to UCF, back in 2008, I think, or 2007. I think it was 2007, might have been 2008. That I said it was a tribute to The Mole. Great TV show that never should have been canceled. Smarter than any other reality show out there. I think one of the smartest TV shows to be on TV, because it involves thinking, and it involves a lot of the things that fit Mafia and a lot of the things that fit what I did last night at the America's Escape game, I should say. Putting clues and things together, watching everyone, trying to figure out who the mole is, just like trying to figure out who the Mafia is in Mafia, and all these little games that they have to go through, or missions that is like trying to escape the room. So the last 2 days I did like 2 parts of What is the Mole, which is just awesome show, I think. I can't say enough about it. If you haven't watched it, check it out. At one point last year I found all 5 seasons on YouTube. There was a first season, there was a second season, which I think was done a little better in production wise. It was a little longer, more people. I enjoyed season 2, I think the best of all the seasons. And the third and fourth seasons, we changed hosts, which took away from it. They shrunk the numbers, and they brought celebrities in. So we had Celebrity Mole, 2 seasons of that, season 3 and 4. And then nothing. It ended for a while because Celebrity Mole wasn't as good as regular Mole. And so it kind of killed the show. But then the fans wanted it back, and so they brought it back into a 5th season. They reformatted it. They brought another new host in, and they put it on a really weird time period. Like, all right, we're making this show because you guys want us to, but we don't want it to succeed, so we're gonna bury it. And so, whereas a show like Wipeout, a ridiculous, brainless, watching people wipe out and just laughing at them, got a primetime spot on the same night, and the Mole gets pushed to after it. And it basically it killed the show again, as far as they could justify saying the ratings were lower because it was on so much later and not at prime time. So, anyway, I just got into a tangent with that, but I seriously recommend checking out the mole. I might try to find them on YouTube again and go back and watch them all another time. They're that good. I guess that was almost 2 years ago that I watched them again. Like I said, I posted on Facebook this time. I hadn't done that before. And I went back and looked at my old Spain missions trip from 2006 video and watched that through, and then I tried to upload it to Facebook. For some reason it got copyright claimed. The mole video didn't, surprisingly, but it did. I didn't realize Facebook did copyright claim issues. I thought YouTube does, and obviously you'll have trouble to deal with on YouTube if you upload videos like that. But I thought Facebook was just a whatever thing, because you're not making money off of it, so what's the big deal? If you can find it, or if you have it in your possession, then put it up, whatever. But anyway, so it took the video right back down, and then I went searching through my archives, because I knew I actually already had uploaded it, and I was afraid it was going to be gone, but it wasn't. It's still there. So for whatever reason they claimed it, even though it's still on the site now. In the older video that I uploaded, which is the exact same video, it's still up. It never got claimed, or never got taken down due to copyright. So instead of posting a new video just to say, hey, look, this was cool, this was a while ago, I'm back to the old video. I posted a comment, and I tagged everybody on that new comment just to give them a little moment of nostalgia and watch the video again now that I've reminded them it's there. I don't know. I'm up to 12 minutes. What am I doing? I'm just rambling on. Think Orange, everyone. 2 weeks away. My birthday, 3 weeks away from today. Or it's after midnight now, so from yesterday. Whatever. I gotta work tomorrow. I'm closing the store, so it's gonna be one of those not much to say days, probably, unless something really cool happens. Which, cool bad, I'm hoping doesn't happen, but cool good, I'm hoping does happen. Like, celebrity comes in or something like that. Who knows? For sure. But I'm going to close out the vlog here, so good night, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.